Welcome to an adventure on chasing 80s toys. I'm speaking to you now from the loft of my house. Usually I do my videos from my toy room, which is one level down from where I am at the moment. In the loft I keep my tabletop wargaming fantasy games from Warhammer. You can see a diorama behind me here, and as a kid I was very much into the fantasy genre. I love the movies, I love the cartoons, everything with a fantasy element. I read The Hobbit on a young age. I loved the Disney movie The Black Cauldron. Everything with that element of fantasy in it, I was into it. Of course you had your fair share of games in the 80s, like Dungeons and Dragons, D&D. You had tabletop wargaming coming by the end of the 80s, if I'm not mistaken. And there was a game on sale in the 80s that was a mix of the both of them. And I'm going to show you what that game is in a moment. This game I bought for a very good price at Retrovirus. Retrovirus is a Dutch vintage toy store in the Netherlands. If you want to check out Retrovirus, information about them is in the description below of this video. But here is what I bought. This is from the year 1989, Hero Quest. And the artwork on this Hero Quest version is just beautiful. So much going on here. The background too, with all the monsters. We got zombies. There we got one of the heroes, the wizard. We have the barbarian. There we have the elf and the dwarf. Those are the four heroes in this game. And some orcs, a mummy and a skeleton warrior in the background. Beautiful logo. This box was beautiful when I laid eyes on this in the toy stores back in the day. I just had to buy it back then, and I'm very happy to have it back in my collection now thanks to Retrovirus. This is the back of the box, and you can see the board all set up. It's a board game, a campaign dungeon quest game if you like. This game as it comes in this box is set up for up to 5 players. There are 4 heroes. The dwarf, the elf, the barbarian and the wizard, and there's a 5th role for the dungeon master, who sort of guides the 4 adventurers through the campaigns. He starts with explaining what the quest is for each of the campaigns in the campaign book that comes with this game. When the 4 heroes progress through the game, he guides them through the game, and he also plays the part of the numberless monstrous creations.
This game, guys, this game is so epic and awesome. I think every country had a version of it. Ours said avonturen in een wereld vol magie. It means adventures in a world full of magic. That sounds awesome in both languages, I think. One of the cool things about this game is all you need to know is in here. How to assemble all the figures, the furniture, and the figures are so awesome.
Every board game needs a board to play on, and this board is quite big, as you can see. Just look at the detail at some of the rooms. Every quest is played out on this dungeon map. These are the corridors, these are all rooms, and for each campaign there's a different layout of this board that only the dungeon master knows, and the adventures start at some point on this board trying to fulfill the quest, and the further they explore, the more the dungeon master will put on the board. Again, beautiful artwork. And the purpose of this little screen is you fold it like that, and it's positioned in front of the dungeon master, the player of the game, who plays the role of Dungeon Master. You can put your map of the game with the quest in front of you without the other player seeing it. And it also is a quick reference for some of the symbols on the map. 2 books come with this game. One is the guidelines, the rules of the game. It starts with a little bit of background story. It's relatively easy to get started with this game. The second book is the Book of Quests. And here is, for example, one of the quests. This is what only the Dungeon Master will see. It shows exactly where to put pieces in the rooms or monsters in the room, or where the traps go. This symbol is the stairs where the adventurers enter the dungeon. So that is usually where the quest starts, and usually it ends when the player has fulfilled their quest. They need to escape back to this staircase to escape from the dungeon, and then the quest is over.
In this board game, you can become whatever you want. You can evolve. Please, please evolve in this game. Don't let it go to waste. Evolve in maybe something medieval. You can evolve in this game. What do you want to be? You want to be more? Be more. You can be this. And even more.
These are some of the cards that come with the game. There are treasure cards, there are weapon cards, magic cards. The elf and the wizard can use magic spells. These are monster cards, explaining for the Dungeon Master how much each and every monster can throw in terms of dice to attack, to defend, how much lives they have, how much they can walk. And every monster has its own characteristics. One is stronger than the other, one is faster than the other. There are also weapon cards in this game. During each quest, the adventurers can gather gold or get gold pieces as a reward if they fulfill a quest. And after each quest, they can go to the blacksmith, if you like, and go to town and shop to get a short sword, a toolbox, a spear, a shield, an axe. And each sword levels up the abilities for the heroes to inflict more damage with their attacks, be better at defense. These are the dice from the game. These seen better days, but still good enough to play it. They have a skull on one side, shield on the other, a round shield, and a skull on a few of the other sides. When you attack, you roll the dice, and the more skulls you throw, the more damage you're gonna inflict. Then the monster or hero on the other side has to roll dice in defense, and the hero needs to throw shields like this for every skull. And that brings us to these hero cards. There's the barbarian, the elf, the wizard, and the dwarf.
Well, who are you going to be in this game? I always had one person that I had to be, otherwise I wouldn't play the game. I was kind of a hard kid, I think. I always was the dwarf. The dwarf, I was the best playing the dwarf. If I was the dwarf, we would succeed. Hopefully. It depends how everybody was playing. No, the dwarf was one of my most favorite characters in this whole game.
Every card gives a little bit of background story for your character. It tells you how much lives you have. So the barbarian starts with 8 life points, the elf with 6, the wizard with 4, the dwarf with 7. They can throw with 2 of the dice in order to walk, and this is attack and defense. At start, the barbarian can throw 3 dice to attack, 2 for defense. You see it differs a bit with the characters, 2 for the elf, 2 for defense. The wizard is not a good fighter in hand-to-hand combat, only 1 to attack, 2 for defense, and the dwarf is also 2 and 2. The wizard gets 9 magic cards on the start of each quest, and in each round he can play out one of those magic cards as he wishes. The elf has 3 spells at the start of each quest. One of the benefits of being the dwarf is that you have a toolbox, and the toolbox can be used to deactivate traps you encounter on your quest. So each have their own strong points and their weak points, and like I said earlier, even as a dwarf, if you start with 2 attack, 2 defense, you can upgrade these by going to the blacksmith between each mission and buy weapons to upgrade your defense or attack.
One of the hardest things about this game is finding the right team to play it. Because people come and go in your life, so if you find the right people, play this game. Keep playing it.
I've set up a board just to give an example how a quest could look. You see the different rooms now with some tabletop furniture pieces in them. Here's a tomb in the center room. You got some bookcases in these 2 rooms. You see the use of rumble where the adventurers have to walk around. There's some treasure in this room, but it's guarded by 2 skeleton warriors. There's a mummy in the study over there. And this is the staircase where the quest started. The barbarian and the dwarf are there. The elf and the wizard are exploring this corridor over here. And there are 2 orcs approaching from both sides, trying to stop the heroes from venturing any further in this dungeon. Pretty cool, and it really sparkles the imagination to get into this game by having a board with these 3D pieces.
Even later on, when we made our own dungeons, we put different kind of figures in it, figures from other toy lines or other games, just to make it even more bigger than it already was. So that's awesome.
And that's my look at the Hero Quest game I bought at Retrovirus. Again, thank you so much, Retrovirus, and I know I didn't went into every detail of the game rules. That would make a far too long video, but I hope this gives you a glimpse at what the Hero Quest game was back in the day, and it's still around today. There's a new version of the Hero Quest game with some extension packs released last year, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, and if you are finished playing this, maybe it's time to evolve and go into the galaxy. Star Quest. Hero Quest in space.
And there are also extension packs for the first version of Hero Quest from back in the day. Prices vary. In the Netherlands you can find a complete game of the 89 version of Hero Quest for 100 euros or more, and this one costed me 49 euros at Retrovirus, which I think was a bargain. It has some damage on the box. Some of the models might need some love and care and tidying up a bit. Some of the furniture pieces broke a bit, but for me it's all about giving this game a second chance, a second life, and I'm gonna enjoy this a lot. So thanks again, Retrovirus, and with that you've reached the end of this video. And that's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different than usual video we do on this channel, and tune in next time for more chasing 80s toys. And we also have our share of cosplay and music on this channel, so tune in, and I hope to see you all on the next one.